Hi, today we're going to talk about emotions. So, what are emotions? Well, emotions are feelings and a sense of good, bad, worry, sadness, or joy, or happiness. They're all emotions. And we experience life and reality through our emotions. We assign emotions to everything. We like this, we don't like that. We don't like that because it doesn't give us like happy or real good emotions. We like these other things because it gives us emotions. The problem with emotions is that emotions, good and bad, can turn against us because we believe our emotions are attached to the event, the experience, the gain, or the loss. And emotions are not created by the event or the experience that is happening outside of us or decisions that happen outside of us. Emotions are created in our own mind. So we create good emotions to something that we can relate in some way, and we create bad emotions to something that we don't want to relate to in the future. It's like maybe you don't like wine now because it doesn't bring good emotions, it doesn't taste right. But you do it for socializing, but you do enjoy the company of other people that drink wine. So you start drinking wine even though you don't like it, and in time, you learn to like it. And that is because you taught yourself to feel good emotions about something you felt bad emotions, right? So the problem is that we attach bad emotions to many experiences, and then we group them in our mind, and when something that we don't like, when we feel a loss or a danger occurs, then all those emotions burst and pop, and that causes stress, anxiety, sadness, or depression. That's the problem. So the question is, why are some people so resilient, and how some people are affected so little by events in life that other people feel incredible sadness, stress, anxiety, or depression? Well, that is because these people are in control of their emotions because they check their emotions constantly. So while they check their emotions, they control their emotions. And they know how to do that. They feel an emotion that they don't like, they immediately process it. They say, okay, is this good? Is this bad? Where is this emotion coming from? Most of your emotions come from your ego. And you need to understand your ego to understand your emotions. If your emotions are coming from your ego, well, they're coming from assigning blame, from assigning good or bad. Your ego is very judgy, right? It judges everything, good or bad. It relates you when you have a win, and when you have a loss, it punishes you. So everything you experience throughout your ego create these really judgmental emotions, and that is stuck in your head. And every time you have an experience that the ego perceives as a loss or not as a gain, then you have these bad emotions. The ego only uh, rewards you when you have a win, and it rewards you very high, and then it drops you again. So that elation of winning something or that good feeling of buying something new lasts very little. Millionaires are unsatisfied all the time because the elation or the happiness of buying something new or purchasing a new building or a new company quickly goes away, and again they are looking for another high, buying something else, another yacht, another business, or another building. Okay, so that is the problems with emotion. How can we control that? We control that by taking the perspective of our soul, which is looking at yourself, and treating everyone else with love, kindness, and compassion, and putting the judgment of the ego aside. So every time you're going to check your emotions, you need to have the tools, which is knowing about how the ego works and knowing how your soul, your pure soul works, which is taking the perspective of love, kindness, and compassion, rather than taking the perspective of judgment, which is the perspective of the ego. And when you check your emotions from those two perspectives, you can tell if it's a trick of the ego, because you take the perspective of your soul, of love, kindness, and compassion, to check it out. And you can correct yourself immediately, so you don't accumulate or bottle up bad emotions. Why? Because once you take the perspective of your soul, you can let go of all those feelings, because you understand that all those feelings were created by your ego, and you're not being your ego anymore. You're being more neutral. You're being more objective, because you're taking the perspective of your soul, which only works with love, kindness, and compassion. And that is completely neutral and non-judgmental. All right? So you know these two perspectives, and that's how you can check your emotions, and that's how you can let them go. So that is the trick, the benefits, and the downfalls of the emotions. Solutions are in the emotions, and the problems are in the emotions. And now that you understand the perspective of the soul and the perspective of the ego, you can check your emotions and put the bad ones aside, accept the other bad ones from your past, and go on with your life feeling joy, peace, and happiness. That's gonna be all for this video. I'll see you on my next video. If you want to free yourself from sadness, stress, anxiety, or depression, I have a free course for you called Erase Sadness and Stress from Your Life, the Power of Self-Appreciation. The information in this course lifted me from being sad, stressed, anxious, and depressed for over 2 years into feeling neutrality, peace, joy, and happiness in less than 30 days. That is a miraculous recovery. I hope this course can do for you the same as this information did for me. So I'll see you on the free course. It's free for a limited time only, so check it out in the description down there. I'll see you on the course, or I'll see you on my next video.